Now, perhaps one of the most fascinating chapters in Chromium's story is its role in the dawn of the laser age. Lasers are so common right now in scanners, pointers, medical devices, that it's easy to forget that the very first laser was only demonstrated in 1960. And it wouldn't have been possible without chromium. The first working laser was a ruby laser invented by Theodore H. Mayman. Why a ruby? Well, a ruby is essentially a crystal of aluminum oxide, sapphire, that contains a small amount of chromium. The chromium is what gives the ruby its red color. Now, Mayman used a synthetic ruby crystal with a few thousandths of a percent of chromium embedded in it as the gain medium of his laser. When he pumped this ruby rod with intense flashes of light from a photographer's flash lamp, the chromium atoms in the ruby absorbed energy and then released it as a burst of coherent red light, a laser beam. The choice of the ruby was inspired because chromium ions in the aluminum oxide lattice have energy levels that allow them to store energy and then emit it at a specific wavelength, about 694 nanometers, a deep red. When Mayman hit the ruby with a strong flash of white light, the chromium atoms, electrons, got excited, particularly by the green and blue wavelength in the flash. As those electrons relaxed back down, they emitted the red light. Now, with mirrors at the ends of the ruby rod to bounce the light back and forth, the more chromium atoms were stimulated to emit light in unison. And suddenly you had a concentrated pulse of red laser light. This was the birth of the laser, a milestone in modern technology, and it happened with chromium at its core.